These Divrei Torah are in memory of my mother, Le'ilu Nishmat Rachel Bat Yosef Chaim, Ruach Adonai Tanichena Began Eden. It should also be for a zechut of refuah shlema for my aunt, Simcha Chatun Bat Mas'uda Chaya Rivka. In Parshat Vayegash it says, Vayiten et kolo bivchi, Vayishma'u Mitzrayim, Vayishma Bet Paro. Vayomer Yosef el Echav, Ani Yosef, Ha'od Avichai, Velo Yachlu Echav La'anot Oto, Ki Nivhalu Mivpanav. Vayomer Yosef el Echav, Geshuna Elai, Vayigashu, Vayomer Ani Yosef Achichem, Asher Machartem Oti Mitzrayma. Yosef cried in a loud voice. The whole of Egypt heard, and Yosef said to his brothers, I am Yosef, is my father still alive? But his brothers could not answer him, because they were embarrassed in front of him. Then Yosef said to his brothers, come close to me if you please. And they came close, and he said, I am Yosef, your brother. It is me whom you sold to Egypt. Yosef is the prince of Egypt. He finally reveals himself to his brothers, and he's crying. Can you imagine the look on the faces of his brothers when he finally revealed himself? They had so much embarrassment. What they did to Yosef. They hated him. They sold him as a slave to Egypt. And Yosef's the one crying. Yosef sees how embarrassed his brothers were, and he tried to mitigate that embarrassment by crying to show, I forgive you, you're my brothers, I love you. He spoke sweetly to them to just calm them down with an attitude of, this is not just words, I forgive you wholeheartedly. So first Yosef reveals himself and inquires about his father's well-being. And they couldn't speak. So he tells them once again, come close. And again he reveals himself saying, I am Yosef, the one whom you sold to Mitzrayim. So the question comes up, if Yosef truly forgave his brothers wholeheartedly, why is he rubbing it in that he's Yosef, the guy that was sold by the brothers to Egypt? When Yosef revealed himself to his brothers felt terrible shame. They saw Yosef as the prince of Egypt. His house had a high standard of moral value. Yosef himself carried himself with such a eminence and stature, not because he was royalty in Egypt, because he was a child of Yaakov. He was an Eved Hashem. He was a servant of God. He conducted himself on a high spiritual plane. So his brothers felt, if we did not sell him, and he was still under the guidance of his father in the land of Goshen, how much more righteous would Yosef be? So Yosef was saying, I'm the brother whom you sold to Egypt. The reason why I am so righteous is because I'm in Egypt. I was removed from that comfort zone of living under the guidance of my father. I saw what goes on in the world. I see all the moral depravity in the world. Yet I'm still Yosef HaTzadik because I'm in Egypt, because I am able to rise above all of this immorality and all this ritual impurity. After studying these psukim in Parshat Vayegash, we must inspire ourselves to become better people by accepting a sincere apology when someone offers it to us, and forgive the person wholeheartedly, the way Yosef did his brothers. We need to live with true Yirat Shamayim, a fear of heaven. When we are tempted to make a sin, we must realize that we're going to have to answer for it one day. The same way 22 years earlier, the brothers sold Yosef and would not listen to his cries. Then they had to come to Egypt and appear before a mortal prince, and they had such shame before him. Can we only imagine the shame we will have when we meet Hashem and we are judged? Currently, we are living in very troubling times. There is a rise of anti-Semitism across the world. Everybody wants to hate the Jew and kill the Jew. When we are in a situation that we perceive as negative, we must always look towards the light at the end of the tunnel, because greatness is what awaits us. Can you imagine the situation that Yosef was put in, being thrown into this pit 22 years earlier? Being sold to the Arabs and taken down to the land of Egypt. We don't know what was going through his mind. The situation looked very bleak and very dark. It was as negative as could be. And Yosef held strong and said, this is the will of Hashem. A common question is, why do bad things happen to good people? The truth is, we don't know what is Hashem's plan. We don't know what is really good. We don't know what is really bad. We have to always have faith in Hashem and trust that everything that happens to us in our lives is for the good, because this is how Hashem wants it to be.